Welcome to the Teach the Future contribution to the Global Summit for Futures Literacy. It's our pleasure to present to you one of our collaborative partners in Teach the Future, a group within the United States and across the world called Future Problem Solving. We're going to hear from April Michele, who is the Executive Director of Future Problem Solving. But Future Problem Solving is intimately connected with our mission of teaching the future. It is a particular form of futures thinking that we believe is extremely important, and therefore it's my pleasure to welcome April and two former future problem solving participants to share their experience with future problem solving and why it's important that we should be doing this and of course other futures thinking activities within the schools and within communities and within our nations. So let me turn it over to you, April, and if you will give us a brief on what Future Problem Solving program is and the Future Problem Solving process. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bishop, and welcome. I hope this informational video provides insight into some of the great things that students around the world are doing. Our students over the past few years have studied a variety of topics. We study science and technology, social and political issues, and business issues. Just recently, students studied the topic of terraforming, drones, living in poverty, de-extinction, terraforming, cultural prejudice, and many others. These topics are infused into the problem-solving process, allowing students to project a process of identifying challenges and creating an action plan onto their future, the future where we hope they will be leading us successfully. Our motto is teaching kids how to think, not what to think. And this motto really inspires us to guide and challenge students to apply critical and creative thinking skills to some of the most significant issues facing the world today. We like to believe that we equip the thought leaders of tomorrow with the skills and the vision to design and promote positive outcomes for society and the better good for all of us. We've had more than 250,000 participants over the last decade alone. We have students from most of the states in the US and many other nations, including Australia, China, Malaysia, New Zealand, Norway, Portugal, Singapore, Thailand, Turkey, France, Republic of Georgia, and more coming on board all the time. Our rich curriculum, along with guided and independent research, really encourages students in grades 4 through 12 to tackle global issues, developing real-world solutions and bringing about positive change. And the vehicle that the students use when tackling these topics is our 6-step problem-solving model. This model is a combination of divergent and convergent thinking as the students generate many ideas, and then they must apply those analytical skills to really focus in on what they feel are the best solutions to problems of the future. Not only do we contribute to overall academic inquiry and achievement, we really help students to develop those communication skills with each other, the collaboration skills, all very important things for their future. When students are studying the topics, such as terraforming, they will research what's happening now. They will then, through the 6-step process, apply foresight. They will base predictions on research. They will think about what their future may look like, and those visions might be positive ones or not so positive ones. But what we feel is vital is the students have a toolkit for solving problems and therefore can tackle anything that comes their way. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. We have 2 past participants who are still active in our program who are going to share a little bit about their journey in future problem solving.
Hi, my name is Brian Ensline. I graduated from the Future Problem Solver program at North Haven High School in Connecticut in 2003. FPS provided me a foundation in which to approach problem solving for both college and my career after. While at North Haven High School, I had the honor to represent my state at the international tournament several times, meeting other students around the world interested also in solving problems. Since graduation, I went on to represent the United States as an engineer in the Foreign Service, solving complex problems across the globe. I would encourage anyone who is curious in solving the world's difficult problems to join this group and to give you a foundation for how to approach problems and how to really tackle next generation's issues. I believe my most exciting portion of participating in Future Problem Solvers was when I went down to Georgia for the first time and interacted in the international conference. I was selected to do the haka with a group of New Zealanders. It was one of the most embarrassing moments I ever had on stage, but one of the most exciting as well. I really enjoyed my career at Future Problem Solvers. It allowed me as a student to really nerd out with my other future problem solving students and be who I really wanted to be in the classroom. Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure to be selected for this.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. And I am Dylan Sherman. I've come from Sydney, Australia, and I started my FPS career back when I was in Year 7 in 2007. And for me, it was really a highlight of everything that I did at high school. We went to America once to represent Australia at a competition. The topic was emergency planning, and it was futurized into looking at cyber conflict and hackers and how we were going to deal with those kind of issues. And I particularly found, I think that at the time, FPS was something that was almost an escape from the usual syllabus at school. I got to think creatively. I got to be more open-minded. I got to look outside the box and gain some new perspectives. And so I think inspired a bit by FPS, I left school and I coupled together science and law as an undergraduate degree. And I then spent a few years in practice as a lawyer before moving into academia again now at Oxford, studying a DPhil in engineering science. And I guess, I think I found FPS so useful that I stayed on board, and I've been encouraged to stay longer and longer, and I can't escape now, but I absolutely love it. And I've been a coach, an evaluator, done some administrative work and a bit of sort of management as well around the organization. And I think now there's nothing more exciting than to see the next generation of new FPSs come up through the ranks, learn the skills that I learned and share with them some of the experiences that I had. So I guess, in terms of real practical benefits, that there's probably, I think you can boil it down to 3 key lessons I learned. One was global mindedness and sort of understanding the interconnectedness of the world, because when you're dealing with problems, when you're working in immediate spontaneous situations, you need to know that one simple action in your country can have international ramifications. And by understanding that, predicting that, having that foresight, you can better plan and better implement solutions in any kind of job that you might have. Second is, of course, creative lateral thinking, being agile on your feet. You can't really read a textbook to work out how to do work and how to solve problems in the real world. So you start to learn those skills, how to be creative, how to think on your feet, how you can pour an idea out from somewhere you would have never thought of before to deal with a really difficult idea. And I think I've also learned to take joy in that as well. Like when a problem comes up, it's not a fear anymore. It's actually exciting. It's a platform for change and a platform for growth. And that's something that's a really useful mindset to have in life. And then thirdly, and this may be a little bit more obscure, is communication, because ideas are only ideas, and to put them into reality, you've got to share them, convey them, and get everyone else on board. And one, I think, of my most enjoyable parts of FPS was the action plan presentation, which is a 3 or 4 minute skit. You sing, you dance, you make props out of aluminium foil. But the point is, how can you sell your idea and get others on board? And I took a lot from that. I built my confidence. I built a way to clearly communicate these ideas, and it certainly put me in good stead in a lot of new roles I have when I have to try to get support for new endeavors and ways to change the future. So that's, I guess, my experience in FPS. I absolutely love it. And I will briefly just say thank you so much to the program, because it has given me so much.
Well, thank you very much, April and Brian and Dylan. I can't imagine a better testament to futures literacy. Problem solving as an extremely important part of dealing with the future, solving problems and coming up with solutions. The open-minded alternative thinking, both divergence and brainstorming and convergence and making decisions, is something that we should be teaching every student in every subject in school. And so we at Teach the Future are happy to be in collaboration with you all. And it's been a joy to hear the fact that your futures thinking experience, which predates Teach the Future by many, many decades, has been so wonderful for you, and I'm sure for hundreds, if not thousands of others. So thank you very much, April and Brian and Dylan, again, for participating with us in the Global UNESCO Summit on Futures Literacy. I think we're working together to make a contribution to the young people of today, and indeed the young people of tomorrow, so that they're equipped with the skills to basically to navigate an uncertain future and also to imagine and work towards a preferred future for themselves and others. Thank you for participating with us, and thank you to the participants who viewed this video. You'll see a URL at the bottom of the screen that will give you more access to future problem solving, and I look forward to your feedback and your comments as time goes on. Thank you for joining us.